So I definitely think my plan with dealing with Zoe is sound, right? Am I right here? As I expected, homeroom on the first day is introductions and going over the school's conduct handbook. Boring. After homeroom, my next class is calculus. Even more boring. Try next to the door, and I'm one of the first students to arrive. I take a seat next to the door. Hi, nice to meet you again. Hi, Iris. The students trickle in one by one, and I say hello to the classmates I already know while offering a friendly nod to the new faces. Right as I'm about to take a seat, a familiar face pops in. Oh, calculus together. Ugh. My eyes widen as I realize it's Zoe's. She pokes her head in around the corner of the door frame as if unsure as to whether she's found the correct room, then steps through after confirming the number. Hi, Zoe. Huh. I'm so glad you came by to see me. What are you talking about? That is why you're here, right? To say hi to your sister? You know, sisters? We're sisters? I don't mean to hold you up. You shouldn't get to your you should get to your next class, you know? This is my next class. Wait, you're taking calculus? But I thought you were a second year student. This is the class that the assessment test placed me into. Wow, okay, really? Zoe shrugs and walks into the room, scanning for an open seat. I pull out the chair next to me. You can sit here, come on. Instead of sitting in the seat I pulled out, Zoe walks right past me and takes a seat at the other end of the room. Wow! God, she looks directly away from me, towards the windows. Whoa! Wow! Did Iris just get stood up? How embarrassing. Though she looks like a really plain girl, if I were that girl, I might sit somewhere else too. Wow! That's so mean! But it's true. I hear the murmurs of the students around me reacting to my interaction with Zoe, and blood rushes to my face. Looking down shamefully, I clench my hands in my lap. Why did I have to let my guard down like that? I'm thankful when the teacher finally comes to class to call things to order. Oh, quiet, everyone. Now I have no intention of allowing the group classroom structure to devolve into social hour. We'll be having assigned seating. Oh, the classroom's collective groan hits my ears. Oh, everyone, get up and find your new seats. Oh, we're totally together anyway. I look at the seating chart and suddenly realize that the new arrangement has put my seat right next to Zoe's. I locate my seat and Zoe plops herself down next to me. Ugh, whose idea of a cruel joke is this? No, I can't be like that. Let's make an effort at least. I turn my head to smile at Zoe, but she avoids eye contact with me and completely, instead looking towards the front of the room with a perpetually bored look on her face. What should I do? I think now, class isn't started yet, right? So now we can try, I did say I need to ease into her, but this is easing. Just talk to her a little bit. Though she is still totally uninterested in whatever I'm fucking doing. Hey, Zoe? No response. I think it's really cool that you managed to place in a calculus as a second year student. It must mean you're really smart and dedicated to your studies. Do you like math? Again, no reaction. I sighed dejectedly and opened my notebook. Fuck you, game. If you can't see it, it gave me the fucking achievement smooth. Apparently Zoe intends to ignore me for the rest of the class. I try to focus on the teacher's lesson, but I can't stop thinking about Zoe. She's sitting right next to me, yet she seems completely oblivious to my existence. And not only do I have to spend the rest of the semester sitting next to her in calculus, but we're living together in the same apartment? What have I gotten myself into? I have no fucking idea. We're gonna try to be just as understanding and calm as possible. After a long day of school, I gradually make my way home. In both my hands, I'm carrying plastic bags filled with groceries, not to mention the school bag on my back. I'm back. I call out as I enter the apartment. The bags in either hand are placed on the counter, followed by my bag. Thank goodness, now I can relax. I then collapse on the nearest chair and close my eyes, exhausted from my trip. Normally, after the first day of school, I'm filled with excitement. But all I can feel now is the crushing anxiety of what will happen the next time I see Zoe. It seems like she outright hated me in math class. There's no other way to interpret it, right? I sigh and close my eyes. Damn, where did I put it? My eyes shoot open as I hear a familiar voice. I'd assumed Zoe wasn't home, or perhaps otherwise engaged, since my initial greeting didn't receive a response. But from what you know at this point, she ignores everything you do, so... Zoe, you're home? Why didn't you respond when I called out? I'm on my way out, anyway. Don't pay me any mind, I'll be out of your hair soon. True to her words, Zoe appears to be getting ready to leave. Even though I only just returned myself, it's getting dark, so I can't see why she would choose to go out now of all times. I pull myself onto my feet and face Zoe. You're going out now? That's what I said. But, I mean, isn't it getting a little bit late for that? It'll be dark soon. You don't want to be wandering around an unfamiliar city at night. You mean that you don't want to wander around the city. Don't assume what I want. Okay, I guess that's fair. But why would you go out at this time? I already bought some groceries to use for dinner if that's what you're worried about. I'm not going shopping. Then where are you going? Give me a break. Wow, I'm just... After that, she begins moving towards the door again. Fucking angsty teen, man! Wait! I take a step to the side so that I can block her escape. She raises her eyes mutinously. It takes me several seconds to get my voice to work. You know, seeing as we both are up... I nearly cringe as I hear my own nervous voice. Why don't we study? Zoe opens her mouth to reply, then closes it again. For one shocking moment, I think she's actually going to consider my proposal. Then I realize she's only taking a deep breath to keep her temper in check. No. Zoe begins to brush past me in the hallway. I can't just let her leave. You can't. Can't what? Go outside right now. It's nighttime. So? Our school enforces a curfew. Any student found out past 10 o'clock is going to be in serious trouble. Even expulsion. At the mention of school, Zoe's eyes narrow. And safety. Safety too. That's a thing. Just because we live on our own doesn't mean we can do whatever we want. Okay. Okay, what are you doing to me? Zoe grabs me by my shoulders and pushes me against the wall. She's forceful and puts great strength into her hands. I'm not injured, but my heart is sent racing, both due to Zoe's proximity and the sudden shock of being thrown into something solid. Zoe, what are you... Shut up. What I choose to do is my business and nobody else's. You have no right to tell me what to do. Wow. Zoe's tone is cold and fierce. Her fingertips are sinking deep into my flesh, and I start to feel pain in my shoulders. Zoe, I'm not trying to be the bad guy here. I just don't want you to get yourself in trouble. If my actions get me in trouble, then that's my problem, not yours. But I'm your sister. I don't want to see you get hurt or anything. Zoe clenches her teeth. Don't give me that shit. You think a day of knowing one another in some vague blood relations makes us sisters? Huh, don't make me laugh. You're just a nosy little good doer who can't keep out of other people's business. No, I'm just trying to look out for you. By telling me how to live my life? Listen closely. I'm not going to be bossed around by some pampered little girl who thinks she's better than me. Take your ego and shove it. I want nothing to do with your holier-than-thou bullshit. Okay. I bite my lip as I forced back tears. I... I don't think I'm better than you. Why would you say that? From the moment I first saw you, I thought you were an amazing person. A cool, independent woman who can take care of herself. Not only that, but you're attending Lilium High. Even though you're younger than me, you made it into this prestigious school. I'm not looking down on you in the slightest, Zoe. And I know this might sound strange since I'm supposed to be your sister, but from the moment I laid eyes on you, I thought you were beautiful beyond compare. Okay, you're just making things probably even worse. The fuck am I saying? Zoe releases my shoulders and takes a step back. Oh, you see that face? Her face is contorted with frustration and confusion as she tries to process what I just said. But rather than respond, Zoe turns around and heads towards the door. Just stay out of my way, alright? I won't warn you again. Zoe slams the door shut behind her. I stand there stunned before I can breathe again, realizing I'm alone. Why did that? I just got told off by my little sister, and on top of that, she seems to hate me even more now, too. I wring my hands in front of me, still unmoving from where Zoe backed me against the wall. What am I gonna do? I think it's time to call Dad on this one. This is getting a little crazy. The next morning, I wake up sore, slumped over the desk in my room. My bedroom light is still on, and I'm still in my clothes from yesterday. That's right. I'd stayed up last night to try and catch Zoe when she came home, but I must have fallen asleep before she got back. The hell is she doing? I quickly change out of my grungy clothes and grab a granola bar from the kitchen on my way out the door. No time for breakfast today. As I hurry to school, thoughts of last night rush through my head. Honestly, I feel like... I really can't believe that she just straight up said that, all those things. But at the same time, what did I say? Like, that's just so... You're making the situation worse for yourself. But we need a... Okay, I'm just gonna... I can't believe I said those things to her. What was I thinking? Confronting her in the hallway like that? What was I hoping to accomplish? And in the end, I tried to compliment her to defuse the situation, but that only seemed to make her more upset. I couldn't even stop her from leaving, so what was the point? Inside, I dread seeing Zoe during second period calculus, having to sit next to her all class, after what happened last night. On the bright side, maybe this will be a chance for me to offer her a proper apology. She can't escape me when it comes to class, right? Oh my god, Iris, don't mess all this up, please. You are... you are so awkward sometimes. After the bell rings to signal the end of homeroom, I rush to calculus. I want to be there when Zoe arrives. Oh, is she not going to be there? I watch as the students file in one by one. Oh no, she's not going to be here. As I wait for Zoe, gradually the other seats around me fill until finally the teacher calls the class to order. Zoe's seat remains conspicuously empty. Alright class, settle down. I'm going to pass around the attendance sheet, so be sure to sign it before you leave. The teacher begins his lesson, and I find myself continuously checking the door, hoping to see if Zoe's stepping through. Several minutes pass, and I still see no sign of her. Eventually, the attendance sheet is passed to me. I locate my own name on the sheet and mark it off. I hesitate before passing the sheet on. I can see Zoe's name listed below on the paper. Okay, this is... Well, what if I do this? Why, I don't... Oh, man. Well, I mean... What would this accomplish? I'm trying to think here, like... Maybe this is sort of like a goodwill, hey, I did this for you sort of thing, but at the same time, it's just like... I feel like if I do this, it'll get some good points for her. Maybe I was like, hey, I'm sorry, but you should also apologize to me, because that was kind of really mad. Maybe I should be mad. Maybe I should be mad. You pass that attendance sheet on. Zoe will get in trouble if she's absent, but it would be dishonest to mark her as present if she's not in class. Besides, someone would probably notice. What if Zoe skipped all her classes, but then she was weirdly marked as being in attendance for calculus? That would look really suspicious. Oh, that would have so gotten me in trouble. You have no idea. The rest of the day passes uneventfully. After my last class, I check around the sophomore classrooms to see if I could find Zoe. I don't see her anywhere. Maybe she went straight home? Oh boy. I feel like I've fucked everything up already. There isn't any warm welcome after I rush back to the apartment at record speed. Not that I was expecting one, but Zoe is nowhere to be found. I try knocking on Zoe's bedroom door. No response. My phone rings. I look down at the screen and realize it's from Dad. Dad? Iris? Where is Zoe? I don't know. I called her phone when she's not picking up. Can you go home to see if she's there? I'm home. I just checked her door, but she's not responding. She might still be at school. I can hear the sound of Dad sighing on the other end of the line. I just got a call from the school. Zoe didn't go to class today. I thought this would be different, with her at a new school and living with you. What do you mean? This isn't the first time this has happened, you know. Zoe had these same problems at her old school. Iris, I'm disappointed. I wanted you to be a positive example for Zoe, not encourage this kind of behavior. I know she's not going to start acting like an angel overnight, but the least you could do is try to keep her in line. I'm sorry, Dad. I'll try to keep an eye on her better. I know you're not the one who's the problem. It's not fair to take all this out on you when Zoe's the one cutting class. I just want and hope things will improve, Iris. Me too, Dad. I hope things will get better soon. Well, I guess that's all. I don't want to get another call like that from the school. Goodbye, Dad. He hangs up, cutting me off mid-sentence. I don't think I've ever heard Dad so angry. At least he's never been that angry at me. Why is it my fault? Zoe misbehaves and I'm the one who gets scolded? 'Cause you're the only one around. I know how this works. I didn't even know I had a sister before now, and now I'm responsible for this unruly person? No, that's not right. Zoe is still younger than me. If I want to be an older sister, I do need to set a good example for her. But how am I even supposed to keep an eye on her? It's not like she tells me where she goes. Unless... What's your plan? What are your... Oh, this is a nice-ass living room. My eyes glance toward the narrow apartment hallway that connects our bedrooms. I could look in her room. I'm the only one home at the moment. It's not like it would be locked. No, it's wrong to do that. I can't. But it might give me some clues where she's been going during the day. What if she's doing something shady? In spite of my misgivings, I soon find myself standing in front of Zoe's bedroom door. I place my hand on the doorknob, hesitating. I really shouldn't do this, really. But after what happened yesterday, I think Zoe has lost the right to complain about me being rude, not showing up to school, and then letting me get the flack after her cutting class. I twist the doorknob with a feeling of unease and push the door open. Oh, okay. I thought for a minute she would be in here. Doesn't look like she decorated it at all in here. Even the blankets are so plain looking. Oh, listen. If you listen closely, the music is like great for this. I'm not sure when Zoe will be back, so it's best to do this quickly. Oh, why would I try the bed? Fucking get that desk. It's a cheap desk devoid of anything personal. Zoe's class schedule is inside the bin, and on top, besides that, is her laptop. My fingers reach out before I can fully think about what I'm doing. At the brush of my tips against the touchpad, the laptop powers on. Oh, it's locked. Shit! For the best! Seriously, snooping around in Zoe's computer? This is already bad enough on my part. I should have limits! I don't see anything in here. I feel really bad now. Why am I even doing this? As I turn to leave, something on the table catches my eye. Colorful papers are sticking out from underneath Zoe's textbooks on the table. Is it a class handout? I've already come this far. Might as well. I pick up one of the sheets. It's a glossy filler. Or flyer. Not filler. Dora's Tap Monday Night Specials. Live music show featuring local talent. I glance over the other papers. Club Life, Whiskey Row, Entropy Club. What? Why does she have flyers for bars? What the heck is this? Looks like she has a lot of them too, and one of them is even circled with marker around the date. My head is spinning. Is this what Zoe has been doing for the last few nights? Going out to bars? Uh-oh. Oh fuck. Oh god, it's over. It's over, guys. Horrified, I spin to face the door. It's opening. Zoe's back. I'm dead. Roughly, I shove the flyers under the books. When I straighten, I find Zoe staring at me, her eyes wide. The shocked expression doesn't last long, however, as her eyes narrow to critical levels. What are you doing in my room? In your room? I echo her stupidly. Oh, right, I was going to see if you wanted to watch TV? God, Iris, you're so bad! If it was even possible, Zoe's eyes somehow narrow further. Why? I knot my hand in the bottom hem of my sweater, trying to keep my voice from sounding like a tightrope. Something good might be on? Zoe turns me around first, then presses her palms flat against my back as she pushes me from her room as I weakly protest. Well, I mean, at least she didn't beat the crap out of me. We don't even have to watch TV. We could, study or something, I mean. Good night, Iris. She practically hisses at me as she roughly closes her door in my face. I jump at the sound of it slamming. Oh, that was too close for comfort. Thank fuck that ended as well, probably as best as we can hope for. But those flyers, I definitely saw something weird in there. Zoe isn't a bad girl, is she? She does have that air, but I don't think that's it. I think something else is going on here. The next morning, Zoe isn't any friendlier. I mean, that's normal. We didn't talk much before, but this time the silence is heavy. She is so angry at me. Whenever I so much as move a finger, Zoe's eyes cut towards me with a distrustful and menacing glare. It's excruciatingly awkward to eat my breakfast. Zoe pushes her plate away when she finishes her meal. Oh, I can clean that up for you. If you think you can make me forget about you snooping through my room by being nice, forget it. I flinch at her biting remark. Ugh. I really wish I hadn't looked in her room now. I can't possibly ask her about the flyers either. Okay. I looked at the flyers. Do I know the date? With the circle on the things. Zoe turns her nose up at me, getting out of her seat and swiftly depositing the plate in the sink. Are you leaving? With a final parting glare, Zoe leaves through the front door. The cool surface of the dining room table collides with my head as I drop onto it. I've really made a mess of things. After waiting a good 3 minutes so that Zoe can't glare at me for following her, I finally leave the apartment and make my way to school. God, I'm even, taking time out of my day just so she doesn't glare at me. I'm more than a little anxious as calculus approaches. Sitting through another round of sharp glares from my younger sister isn't exactly on top of my list of fun. But the situation resolves itself because... Zoe White? Miss White? She's absent again? The teacher twists his mouth disapprovingly and shoots me a look before going back to attendance. I sink down into my chair. Why am I getting blamed for ditching class? Though, even I'm starting to get worried. Once school is over, I head out for the front entrance. I'm about to head home when I see a familiar, tall-looking figure walking away from the school gate. Zoe... My mouth clamps shut as she rapidly heads out of view. What the... Zoe isn't going the way home. In fact, she's walking the complete opposite direction. Why is she going that way? And what's more, if she was at school, why wasn't she in calculus? She's avoiding you, man. I mean, woman. This is my chance to find out where she goes all day. I don't want to assume the worst about Zoe, but why on earth would she have those flyers in her room? She isn't meeting people at those bars, right? She isn't meeting men. After a quick mental battle, my feet take off after Zoe. This is beautiful, but I don't think this is gonna end well. Iris, think about what you... I've already fucked this up enough, haven't I?